This is Freya from Otherworldly, and I think you might recognize my surroundings here. I'm standing once again in the Petra Chamber add-on for the cave system from Fanatik, and after I had blogged and vlogged rather the this Petra Chamber and put it up, I was contacted by Fanatik, and they quite liked the video and actually gave me the full cave system plus one of the other add-ons. I've had some time now to play around with that, and I definitely wanted to share a bit of a video of what I've built up with that. In this video, I'm also going to discuss the outfit that I'm wearing. Well, outfit and outfit. It's a gacha from Plastik called Dragoness, and it's got a lot of nifty bento features, as you can see from the tail and from the wings. So I'm going to give you a look at how it can be customized as well. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna have you follow along as I take a little walk through the connections that I have made with the cave system. So we move along here towards the back entrance of the Petra chamber, and here I've added on pieces from the main cave system. We've got a little ramp up first, and then we come to this crossroad here. We've got a door over there, but let's explore here first. Here we've got a nice big chamber, but it looks like it's empty at the moment, so we will continue back up to where we saw that door. And try not to walk into all the walls along the way. So another ramp up here, and then we walk in through this door, and oops, here we are. I'm gonna try not to fall down. I'm gonna walk out a little here without falling to my death, which I probably wouldn't do anyway because I've got wings, but oops, there we go. Anyway, that's how successful that walk was. So I'm gonna have to show you some of the features from the ground then. So basically what we have here is the crypts. And this is a really nifty add-on, I think. Lots of space, as you can see, and very atmospheric. You've got these ropes hanging down here, and is it this walkway up here that you actually can walk across if you can keep your balance. It's a bit extra difficult when I've got the zoom lag on, so that I can't quite see how it responds. These great big columns, and as you can see, lots of options for where you might go out. And these, I think I'm gonna move over here to the closest one. There's a lever in the wall. Oh, let me see. Oh, I'm too far away to touch that. So let's see if it works when I'm here. Yes, it does. And then I walk in here, and we have a nice little cell, basically. I should probably hurry up and go out before I get locked in. And then we have, I think it's a door out there. I'm gonna have to explore actually, because I don't quite remember where I connected up the exit, so you can explore along with me. So obviously you can walk up here again and go to the walkway, and here's a door. That is just opening up to the outside at the moment, so we're not gonna go that way. So we're gonna go out on the walkway here instead and fall back down, and I think this is gonna be the door. So like I said, this is the crypt add-on. It's not quite as large overall as the Petra chamber, but it's quite sizable. It obviously has room for a lot of roleplay opportunities in it, I would say. And these nicely detailed doors, and here we walk out, and oops, here I've made a little mistake in the height, I see. sometimes a little difficult when you are putting these pieces together. I probably should have just height checked them and basically connected them up after making sure they were at the same height. But anyway, what I'm walking into now is a part of a modified demo that comes with the whole cave system as a whole. They've included a built together version so that you can test out all the features. And as you can see here, we have a stop, a wooden barrier built in. So obviously you can connect this up in any way you like, but it's handy for being able to show this off without taking a few weeks to actually build it together, for me to have done it beforehand, basically. So here we come to another version of the chamber. As you can see, there are various features like rocks, indoor rocks, or interior rocks that you can use to build these rock falls and obstacles inside. There are stalactites and stalagmites. I always forget which one is which. One's coming up from the roof and others build up from the ground. And you can build quite a complex set here. You can make it very labyrinthine, and here I think we've found the other side of the barrier we were at before, and it appears there was actually a door in it if I walk close enough. So, and here I think we come down to the chamber where we came in. So as you can see, it's even if you build it yourself or get familiar with it, it's easy to lose track of where you are. So I'll walk back this ramp, and here we have a ladder. I'm going to try and use the ladder from the right side. That is to be recommended. And obviously ladder action in Second Life is a little so-so. There we go. And we come out on top here, and the rocks that you see here are also part of the cave system, including the rocks here that form the opening. Those are included so that you can make realistic openings for your cave system and ways of sort of making entrances. And here we have a nice little way of building an opening in the rock so that you can look out and see what's on the other side. So with that, I think I've given you a nice tour, but I'm also going to take a bit of a look at the pieces that are included with the system. There's not too much extra to show about the crypt chamber since it is just a single piece, but for the main cave system, since that contains quite a lot of pieces, there's a bit more to show. So what you get in your package is you get the demo that I showed you, which is using a lot of the pieces to show you what you can do, is included, already sort of linked up and ready to res out. Then you have a number of other boxes which you need to unpack, and then you have, for example, terrain, various terrain planes. Some of them are entirely flat, others have a little waviness to them and holes in them to have your entrances into the cave systems from. You have interior detail. That's, for example, the ladder, the gate, the various columns, arches, and rocks, and so on, stairs that are included. That we saw some of that in the demo, and obviously your imagination is the limit here, how you combine these pieces and what you build with them. You have exterior detail, which you see some of around me. I have sized up the one that's called Mountain quite a bit here, just to be able to block my surroundings a bit, since I haven't really done any further landscaping. This is a limited set that I created for this. But you got the arch, the boulders, the ground rocks, and so on, also stairs. You have connection covers, which are basically for hiding various connections, and since obviously most of these pieces don't have an outside, you may need to cover it up in places where it's not where you haven't hidden it between rocks or between landscaping that you've built up. You have your base shapes for just creating the various the paths. They can all obviously be turned around, moved, and adjusted as you see fit. But if you want to resize anything, there are some notes about that in the included README note here. For example, you should be resizing things together because otherwise it becomes very difficult to match up. The final folder here is the chambers, and you have 3 different types, and 2 of them come with open options so that you can have not dead ends but continue on with another path. There's also a legend included. I'll show you what it looks like just to give you a sense of what you've got. This is the basic paths here. Here you've got the chambers, I think. Yes, these are the chambers, and some other pieces too, the cover, top cover, and the covering and so on. So this is where you go and look for pieces and decide your layout, because with this you do, if you have something very specific in mind, if you have a specific space that you want to use, you need to plan it out beforehand. But this is a very very extensive set, and you can build anything from a massive cave system to just have a cool underground chamber, or if you just want to have a connection from the top and maybe a little path in to go into the crypt. All of those things are possible. You can obviously use it together with some of the other pieces from Fanatik. I mean, it would look great with the medieval village set, the various sets for example, I have one of the add-ons sort of for the medieval village for building a palisade. You could use that if you have an entrance that's protected, and all sort of atmospheric things and roleplay things that you can do with it, and lots of great photo opportunities as well. Finally then, we get to the Dragoness gacha from the Plastik. It's out at the loot box event, and it is, as the description says here, mostly unisex. The cuffs at the ankles and wrists are resizable, so you can definitely use those regardless of your body. The nails are for Slink or Maitreya female, and same with the toenails, the clawed nails, so those won't work on just anybody. You can resize the toenails and move those, but the hand ones using the bento are of course rigged. And then what we've got is bento pieces as well for the wings and the tail. Let me see here, we have the tail HUD here. I'm going to show you that one actually. This gives a good sense of the color options. Things come with a base color and a metal color. In some cases, like the wings, they only have the base color, or with the cuffs there's only the metal color, but you can match everything up. And then you have, for some of them, you have multiple HUDs. For example, for the wings and the tail, you have also an animation HUD. So you have static poses of various kinds here. I'll just go through a couple of these, or actually I might as well show you all of them. These are of course grateful poses, or You don't want them flapping around and disturbing you. You have animations at, this was the one I was using, and then you have a faster version and an even faster version. There's also an animated where you kind of have them drooping down and again at different speeds, like that. And let me see, there we have the tail animation HUD as well. We have static poses for curling your tail around in various ways. Oops, there it comes up behind me. And around me the other way. Down like that and like that. I was showing the mid animation at the first speed. I'm just going to show you the down animation as well, which is just being held a little bit like that. And the speed options are the same as for the wings. As you can see here, some of these pieces are of course rares. The filigree tail and the horn crown, the tail animation HUD and the tail and the wings. So you have various things that you can get as commons and some that you can get as rares, usual with a gacha. The horns are, I'm wearing the horn crown, the rare, but there are also horns of a lot of different varieties included. So you can go with a plainer look, and these are not rare, so you have a chance of getting those. And then there would be, I think, a regular HUD for those probably. Sometimes a little difficult to know precisely which ones go together and which ones you have to win separately. But it's quite the nifty gacha. Lots of options for dressing up as a half human, half dragon, or a dragon in human form, perhaps. And to make that a little more inhuman, I decided to wear one of the skins from Stargazer for the skin fair, and it's the last day of skin fair today. And they have a set of fantasy skins in various golden tones, and I thought that that went nicely with the filigree, so maybe this is a dragon with golden scales and red detailing. And then just a little skirt for modesty. I'm not sure dragons technically would worry about that, but for the video it's best to keep it a little PG anyway. But there we have it. We've looked at the cave system from Fanatik and this Dragoness gacha from the Plastik, and I hope you have enjoyed. Until the next.